Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some stocks on the move today in Europe. I'm Stephen Carroll with Lizzie Burden, and we're joined by Bloomberg's breaking news editor, Louise Moon, for more. Louise, let's start with Tether. Have they dropped the ball on a major acquisition bid?
A very good pun there, Stephen. Well, they seem to have. So late on Friday, a bid came for Juventus, the Italian football team from Tether, the crypto firm. The owners, the majority owners of the football team, one of Italy's most influential families, the Agnellis family, their investment vehicle, Exor, had meetings over the weekend and have unanimously decided not to recommend. So they've rejected that bid. So as I say, that was made late on Friday. It valued Juventus at about 1.1 billion euros. And they've said they don't have any intention of selling their stake to Tether or to anyone else, really. So a really interesting one. It would be, this is a major bid by a crypto firm. And interestingly, they already own, as of April, about just over 10% stake of Juventus. So we'll have to see if they come back with a separate bid. But for the moment, it looks as though Exor, the family's investment vehicle, are saying no, and they're saying no to selling their stake to anyone. It comes, interestingly, at the same time as they're kind of reshaping their portfolio quite widely. They also control Ferrari, and they're the biggest single investor in Stellantis, so some big holdings across Europe. And on the football side, as Juventus is kind of struggling both on the pitch and also with the higher cost to stay competitive at such a high level. So it was really interesting news late on Friday, and then as of today, as I say, it's been rejected, and Juventus shares are rising on this, the most in a year.
Meanwhile, not good news for Sanofi. In fact, we've had a string of setbacks for the company this morning, Louise.
Indeed, two big setbacks for Sanofi. So this is related to its experimental multiple sclerosis drug. The first one is that there's been a regulatory delay in the US. No reason was given for this, and it had already been pushed back by 3 months in September. So that's a delay for regulatory approval. And then the second failure is a failure in a late-stage clinical trial. So shares have declined in Sanofi the most in more than 3 months on the back of this kind of double whammy of bad news. Analysts are saying, this could threaten their ability to hit peak sales for the year, peak annual sales. And it's not the first hurdle they've faced with this medicine. There's been some the trials have pointed to some risks already in liver injuries. So there's kind of speculation when this approval will come, if it will come. But analysts are also saying it's a bit too early to write it off, that there's no alternative in the market so far. So we'll have to wait and see if the approval comes and in what form that takes.
Okay, and shares in the company down around 2.5% at the moment. We'll go to TT Electronics next. Their shares down over 14%. What's going on?
Yeah, absolutely plunging in London today. A bit of a potentially a niche name, not necessarily kind of widely known, but TT Electronics, a smaller firm here in the UK, an electronics maker. They've been the centre of a bit of a takeover battle for the last few weeks. So firstly, there was a Swiss firm that bid for TT Electronics, and then one of their key shareholders, DBAY Advisors, weren't keen essentially on that going through, and said that they themselves would make an offer. They already hold just over 24% stake in TT Electronics, so they said that they would make a rival offer, and then as of this morning they have said that they won't. So it was a bit of a potential takeover battle that was going to happen, but they say they still continue to believe that the Swiss firm Sekor's offer is unattractive, and they're going to vote against it, but they're not making an offer themselves. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out, and if it's a big shareholder rejecting that bid. So what happens as of the vote when it comes? But at the moment, no kind of takeover battle at the moment. But yes, TT shares plunging on the back of that.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.